Hello there, dragon riding tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga, with me, Blueankylo. We are about halfway, or nearly halfway through our Gaiden chapter Bonanza. We've rescued Sybil, got her all promoted, got some gunpowder, pyrosite, and now we're going to do dragons, because we just unlocked the tech for dragon riding, so hey, that makes sense, right? Quick squad update, things that have changed. I used a fair amount of my stat ups, finally. Basically, I gave a couple magic ups to people who had a couple mages in their party and I thought could value up just like 2 or 3 each. It's +2 magic per use. So a lot of mages got a little bit stronger magic stats, if you wonder. What else did I do? Sybil's squad is much bigger. I was able to give her a full set of CP gear, and she could have a healer and a sorceress. I happen to have a sorceress sitting around, a little bit low level right now, a little bit, that wasn't in a squad that got removed from someone else's, so hey, I put him back in. This is our second 9 unit, I think, because Sybil's got a lot of leadership. So that's nice. Barnabas, you know, same old. Stefan is, I think, the same. I think of what I changed. I didn't do too many preps this time around. We did this last episode, that's great. Let's see. What did we change? Oh, I gave, right, this is different. I gave Beatrix the temporal modulator, so if she's attacked, she gets to attack first and do a lot of damage to big units. So we'll see if that works, you know. 2 attacks. But this works 3 times per round. It's a pretty powerful artifact, so we'll see. I also gave bodyguard to the guys up front, which might not be the right one. It means they deal more damage and take less damage in front of their leader, so like that's it. I'm trying. I mean, I got like, it's really hard because there's so many good effects. Oh, and I gave her, I'm trying to use those traits. I also gave her arcane speed, which gave her like +30 skill. So the more her magic is, the bigger the boost it gives her to her skill. So she dodges and crits and all that. Other than that, checking for differences, I feel like I didn't make too many big changes this time around. If you saw the end of last episode, you saw pretty much everything. Okay, let's get to it then. To the dragons. Dragons. Blue dragons, even. What about them? The army who has more of them than the other tends to win. Okay, yeah. The Archelius Empire recognizes this and is attempting to establish a monopoly on dragons by annihilating the broods not under their control. Deep within Nikita Island rests Dragon's Haven. The Azure Dragon Brood's king, Azuros, holds out against an attack by Imperial forces. If the Nephilim army can be put a stop to this assault, it may be able to win the favor of a powerful, centuries-old dragon. Yeah, I mean, of course you want dragons. I've got 2 dragon squads. They're some of my strongest. There he is. So there's a whole bunch of units that are going to go up and try to kill him, and we got to get down there and save him real quick. Sure would be nice if we had someone who could just get over there quick. Now, you don't... Actually, I don't know if you can stand these tiles. I'm not 100% sure if you can teleport over. I think you could teleport, like, this way. You could jump over the river and save a little bit of time, but... we'll see. This might be a good map for light infantry, because that's a lot of swamp. So, obviously Abigail, she's got a job to do. Let's see, other objectives. We can certainly ambush everything down there. And nobody's gonna... A couple units are gonna move up. He's not in the swamp, so no ambush. He's technically infantry, so no ambush. As long as we can kill 5 units in 1 turn, then we win round 1. Simple as that. So we're going to finally use Stefan. Oh, that's right. I did do something. I promoted his assassins. Yay! Congratulations, Stefan lovers. We're going to put Diana next to him for support. We're going to add Narima and Raskuja to take out some more. We're going to add Jules for Narima support. We're going to add Jay Steen because he can also get an ambush because he's light. These units are pretty tough down here, actually. Those are those champions? Heck yeah. That's a tough front line, no doubt about it. Sorceress, Ice Mage, we definitely want ambushes. And some chip damage. Speaking of chip damage, Tariq. 3 units remain. Might as well bring some more dragons. And I don't think he'll have a great time, but it is indirect fire. And I'm trying to get value. And maybe... I mean... I'm thinking we want to bring Lysander just to get him some more... Nah, forget the guns. The guns will be better later. We're getting close to the gun upgrade. Let's bring... Maybe we should try out the temporal modulator at least. See if we can get some value out of that. I mean, there's really not a lot of cavalry or anything. The temporal modulator also does not work if you're ambushed. So I will say on this map, that's not really the best idea then. Symbol's just overrun. Oh, I really like my lightning army. We're going to try that some more. I really like this one. It might be my favorite new one that I've never... Like, a lot of these units I've built in previous playthroughs, this is the first time I've done a lightning mage army. With, like, up to 5 lightning mages. And I've been really impressed by how strong it is so far. So, okay, let's go. Mission objective. Don't let Azuros take 50% damage, so you gotta get there really quick. And, don't die. Alright. Are you hyped? Let's check out what Azuros can do, too. He's got a couple dragons. The Azure King. Got some pretty good stats. He's pretty strong. He's a contender for one of the strongest single units in the game, I think. And...
I must be brave.
Yeah, so having a flying unit is just... It's almost game-breaking. I feel like the maps aren't really designed for you to get flyers. It's not like Fire Emblem where you get Pegasus Knights and Wyvern Knights, you know, fairly early. You only get Dragon Riders at the top of the tech tree, and it's pretty hard to make a flying unit. You have to specifically have as many Dragon Riders as non-Dragon Riders. So that limits your options, and, you know, you can't bring Cav or anything. And also, they're pretty expensive. It takes a long time to train them up, and that's a lot of gems and obsidian, I think, to upgrade them. But, you know, probably worth it. So let's see. We want indirect fire first. Ambushes, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 ambushes. Technically, you could get ambushed with Tariq. And technically, you could get ambushed with Jules. It's not doing the chip damage I was thinking. Let's, I think one of the smartest things is these units are probably the strongest with their big, heavy promoted units. We're definitely not doing any ambushes with cannons. Let's just open with some golden cannon. It's getting there. It's getting there. Starting to feel the cannon. Alright, so that unit's trashed. Next. This guy can move to those tiles. If we stand there, he'll move up, take a archer shot at us. Maybe we can get shot by 2 archers. I think light infantry in the swamp, or light cavalry, I think they'll be fine. We can even go cautious here. Probably still get the kill. And we can still canto out of the way, honestly, but we want them to move towards us, so. Okay, we didn't do as much killing as I was hoping. Gotta turn those into Valkyries. They'll be strong. So Jaystein's unit's a bit weak right now. Just, I need to use them and get him some upgrades. Oh, no.
Repent before the
We'll do this. We don't need an ambush. Bring him home. Capture him. Okay, then... that can be a capture. Yeah, my non... I probably should have put my non-light infantry, my heavy infantry in the front. Just because they got so bad movement here. Yeah, you know what? If you think you can survive the lightning attack, you got another thing coming. Now, Stefan. Is it finally your time?
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
Will he finally get a kill without losing anyone? Unfortunately, this was a terrible way to assassinate. Because there was only one choke point. So that was not the right target for that. I should have gone for this one, probably. Assassinate the mages. Yeah. Well, now we know. Alright, Narima. So this time, I have promoted one of her sword girls. Would have been way better if you killed this guy, but... could be worse. Oh, you know, a long time ago, I was wondering how Narima jumped off the castle wall to do a melee attack. It's Guile. I didn't realize, but basically, she targets whoever she wants in combat, even if there's a wall. It bypasses block, so I understood that. But attack any target means actually any target, regardless of jumping off cliffs, jumping behind units. You know, it's actually really strong. I think she's the only one that gets it, so... now you know. The more you know. We could go for a turn 1 capture.
Stay strong, everyone.
Okay. Be strong, I say. Finish this guy off.
For my people, for my homeland.
Capture?
Strike like fire.
Maybe. No. Die. I guess we still got the ambush even... See, that's... I don't know if I've seen that work that way before. We would have had an ambush, but we tried to capture. They decided not to allow us surrender. But usually when you fail the forced surrender, you give up your first round and they get to attack you. But because it was an ambush, we both lost our first round. I didn't think it worked like that. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. It's mountains. I don't think you can stand in the forest actually unless you fly. I think this kind of forest is, I think, impassable. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think you can do any teleports to get over there. Once again, I should have moved Blueankylo to provide morale bonus. Okay, let's try this again. If he... well, he's going to surrender anyway. And stay in the swamp for another ambush. Yeah, we should be okay. I'd say that was a pretty good turn 1. And we can technically do a teleport, but... I'll save that for next turn for more interesting positioning. Well, I mean... I could teleport to the bridge. This guy doesn't actually move, though. So we're just giving him a free crossbow attack. These guys should move up and do a range attack with, like, 2 crossbows, which is basically nothing. Yeah, I think we did enough for this turn. I'm already greedy enough. Let's not push it further. Now, can Abigail kill all these guys on her own? The answer is, oh, I'm sure she'll be fine. You dare attack Narima in her swamp? Yeah, that guy just gets wrecked. She's probably one of my favorite hero units. Just because she gets some unique properties, right? Sword Master, Samurai kind of combo. Pretty good. Also, she's super buff. Gotta love it. Alright. Oh, good. By capturing this, we got some free heals. Nice. Now, we might lure some more units up if we attack this turn with Abigail. Although we could attack and then teleport her up if I feel like it. We've got a lot of units. This is probably the strongest one. 2 mages, some promoted front row. Wow, this one's pretty strong too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's probably worth teleporting her out of the way. If we wait a little bit, we'll get a fire attack, but I'll probably use it down here anyway.
I must not fail.
I'll still go cautious, just in case. Wing flaps are very loud. Well, the mages didn't get any attacks, so that was pretty good. And we get our meteor. So yeah, I think this is fine. Just pull back. I don't really want to draw more units up while we're trying to protect Azeroth, you know. Yeah, this way they'll have to attack her. She's in cautious mode. 1 unit's basically dead. This one... Well, he'll probably be able to attack her anyway, and this one is not too much of a threat. Let's drop some meteors, probably over here. Honestly, these guys are the most dangerous, I think. Just a little bit of damage to them, probably worth it. Okay, so we got a couple guys to kill by the swamp. Probably want to send, like, a quick unit, like a cavalry, to go seize everything down here, like good old Jastein. And then we want to send some units that are pretty stuffed to this. They got a pretty good choke point here to block us. Lots of units, so it's going to be a tough fight. And we do have to break through Milon. Milon Z. So... yeah. I wish we had the range 3 cannons, and I know the samurai guy technically gets to shoot back, which is definitely not great. But we can handle it. Alright.
The battle lies before me.
Maximum move. Get this base. Never mind. So the trick is to not stand where these guys can assassinate us.
The time to act is now.
That's one of the tricks anyway, clearly. We'll still play cautious. Blue, be smart. That's fair, right? Oh, I thought that was like a castle. Okay. We'd probably be smarter to try to spread out a bit so that they don't... Like, it's going to take... I mean, you know, I'm not in a huge rush. But I'd prefer not for them to choke point us. Probably. We'll see. I'll think about it. First off, this side, let's see. Maybe we want Diana to crush this guy. Probably want... Could maybe even try some surrenders. I don't know.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Okay, I feel a little bit bad, but I want to test it. Let's see for sure. Ambush would it be an ambush? Yes. So, they don't surrender. Do we still get to attack first? Yes. And we can get surrenders. 1 round. Okay, so I think if it could be an ambush and they don't surrender, we just both sides miss their first round, which is interesting. I didn't think it would work that way, but well, clearly it does.
Where am I needed?
Let's just wipe these guys out. This is easy. And by easy, I mean impossible.
A paladin never surrenders.
It's fine. We'll kill Mylon next turn. Fire affinity, yeah, no big deal. Maybe we do let them... Oh, you know what? We should shuffle... Yeah, okay. She'll be fine.
Time to end this.
I don't know.
Sonar, guide
I
my
just don't know. This might be smart, might be not. One thing, I suppose, is they can shoot. So having people on these tiles might lure them closer to shoot them. That might have been better than using the bridge. Is that... Oh, I forgot about these guys down here. Yeah, you know what? The bridge choke point is fine. Absolutely fine. Let them come closer and then we'll counterattack. 100%. This guy. Well, let's just put him on the road. Technically, he'll have more movement if he has to move south. See if my planning is good or not. Maybe Blueankylo dies. She did take a cautious attack, though, I think. Oh, that's actually good. It's fine. He blocks... he forces them to use ranged attacks so that we don't kill them. That's actually quite ideal. We get a bunch of healing. They don't get to do their... Yeah, that actually blocked like 2 possible attacks. Thanks, you fools. Alright, 1 for Blueankylo. Dang. Alright, good counter. Good heal. That was a big heal. I think I'm okay with getting the kill here. I don't think that'll be a big problem. Lures more up. I want them all to move up, so... This is fine. Oof, don't die. Got some dazes at least, a couple stun. Ooh, another full wipe. Alright, alright. Ankylo is brutal. Alright, they're coming in with their archers now. That's pathetic. No chance. And this is one of the big hitters for sure. We don't really want to kill this one, I don't think. Dang it! Alright. That was the one we should have not... Yeah, well... I didn't have Exemplar ready, and... Fine. 2 is no problem. We can res that easily. Technically, there's a temple here, so you can get everyone back with a little bit of time. Those... I mean, I knew those units were tough. Make no mistake. I saw it coming, but that was pretty rough. We're probably going to have Ankylo pull back a little bit and Do a little bit of rezzing. That's a easy surrender, but we definitely have to watch out for the next wave, which didn't move over like I thought they would. Whoever I move down, I probably want to exemplar them. Okay. Let's start with Abigail up here. Basically dead. Mostly dead. Strong. I think... Yeah, I think we can go aggressive this turn.
Be brave.
Wipe this one out, and then basically this fight is over up top. Or at least try. No, we're gonna get hit. Hey, we got to see the Ice Mage attack. It's kind of rare. We usually kill them. We don't have any ourselves. Alright, we got another meteor. I think we can actually get these guys to attack with their ranged attacks. It might be better to weaken this group, but we could also further weaken these big boys. I don't know. I have varied opinions. So I'm thinking... Of all the people who are able to move down... This is where you need Beatrix with the temporal modulator. Lord Karnth? And they're pretty strong. If I exemplar him, you know what? That's what we're going to do. Just so it starts recharging earlier. And then Blueankylo is going to pull back a bit. So we have room. Start rezzing people.
For my people. For my homeland.
Didn't get the lucky Jade figurine that time. So they can only attack these two squares. But we'll be in range of these. So we maybe don't even want to put someone in this square because... well, if I put them there, they can get attacked twice. 3, 4 times. Yeah, this is a pretty tough bridge. I think I'm still going to put someone on this side. So first up is the surrender. Let's do it with this one. Okay. And then we go for the chip damage. That's not actually ideal, because I wanted to attack and have cautious mode activated. So, thanks, Jules. Thanks for nothing. I've Well, I wasn't sure what I was going to do over here, but seeing as this is quite the choke point now, and it's going to take us a while to get through, let's just, let's make sure we can get through on the left side this round.
Donar be with us.
And let's just make sure they die. I think the solution to this bridge is probably to push south on the left side quicker and then, you know, free it up from that angle, but I didn't. I've got those abilities there just staring at me. I could teleport someone and then attack this group. Okay, well, this is... He's been exemplared. think you could take 2? I don't think it's worth it. Okay. And then... these units aren't super tough. Definitely don't want to go in the swamp right now. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of thinking, not a lot of talking. I think it's not as impressive, but this just gets the left side of the map caught up a little quicker. And get some useful units ready to fight sooner, so they can help get over on the south if we need it, at least. If this is really bad choke point, at least I've got another turn of movement sort of caught up ahead of time. Yeah, that's fine. All right, this definitely slowed me down a bit more than I was expecting, but I'm sure we can make it. Well, the hard part would be if you didn't have someone to fly and save Azeros. Because you don't want him to take too much damage, but because we can fly over, I mean, these guys, yeah. If they had their full unit, they do a bit of damage, but yeah, we stop that. Okay, these are starting to move closer, so that means we can deal with them. And, yeah, Azeros just stole all of our XP, but he's safe now. Oh, good, you're going to shoot an arrow. That's actually ideal. Thank you. How about your friend? Okay, I still think the caution was warranted. Going exemplar mode and, you know, trying to lure them over. Because we did lure them over. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, now the next turn's a bit tricky. So. 2 scary units we can kill, but we'll be in range of ambushes. A lot of ambushes. Specifically 3, but only if we kill them every time they attack, which isn't very likely. Just have to be careful. Or we could have Jules shoot him. That's probably pretty good. Might not kill him, but... I think we try to lure Thomas up now.
My friends are counting on me.
Seeing as Abigail's free, we can lure at least a couple. That'll save us a little bit of time. We've got, yeah, you know, 5 turns. We got the... I think Abigail just made this challenge mission not a challenge, but we did abandon her. She could have been quite useful flying over these rivers, you know. Okay, these guys to the south might as well just move.
Oh, sorry. Did you need something?
We can't get a good arrow shot that way, so... You know, I think if we held for another turn...
Repent before the righteous.
It would have given the left squad a chance to get around and do a pincer attack, but... As it is, it might have been better to just have everyone here to charge through the middle the way we... Like, it's weird, because the first turn, you know, they didn't charge us when we were stood on the bridge. But when we stood on the road, now they all activate. So, if you know how the AI works, you can definitely get some more value. So, I think... Ideally, we don't stand in that square. So, Lord Karnth's got to get out of the way, make an attack. I think we got to try to clear this spot up so we can move around it. Or move through it. Looking pretty good. Actually, no, looking bad. No, we're good. I figured one of the dragons would go for the mage, but whatever. Okay. You know, that meteor that weakened these guys, that might have been what saved us.
I await your command.
Can't quite make it. This tile's fine. Fine, air quote. We'll just be cautious. Get rid of some more assassins. Hopefully. Well, I mean, yeah. Maybe. It's possible. Ooh, platinum token. Very nice.
Sayuna will never die. I must stay strong.
Yeah, this is fine. You'll see. Just give me a second, you'll see. We're gonna try to kill this guy because he's stronger. Not so strong no more.
Time to even the odds.
See? Safe. Could have shot this guy. Maybe it would have been better to shoot him because Jules was gonna shoot this guy. I didn't think of that.
He will always find a way.
Sometimes you think, sometimes you don't. It's just the way of the game.
Stay strong, everyone.
I didn't think the cannons would do quite as much damage, so I figured we would need 2 attacks to deal with that, but maybe Jules could have one-rounded him on his own.
Raskuja is to be ready.
It's mostly ranged attacks.
Telling me who to kill.
We'll be cautious. This guy's gonna get an ambush, so if we can get some damage on him, I think it's worth it. Probably, I think I definitely should have attacked this unit with the cannons. But this is an okay, I think this was actually... Well, we'll find out shortly. But I think this was a good backup plan, basically. Because he was definitely going to ambush Karnth, but that... He wouldn't have killed him.
The battle lies before me.
Alright. Blue's back. All units alive after my disaster of, whatever killed him. Super strong enemy. Oh, also... how would you like to have some meteors? I think we've pretty much won this map. It's looking good. Ooh. Bravery. That was close. Yeah, this unit is not the best at defense, that's for sure. But it's great at dishing out damage. Survived it. I was a bit worried. Don't shoot my healer. Okay, I think we got a little bit lucky on this one. Someone definitely could have died on one of those attacks. I was kind of hoping Raskuja would draw a couple over, but... I mean, he drew that one at least. And this one. Good night. It's a lot of one-handed crossbows. Hand crossbows. You know, technically Raskuja did have lower threat. I mean, people have told me a couple times, and I've read guides that suggest the AI always targets the lowest threat. I mean, it definitely is not true. I don't know why you would ever write that down. I think it's an influence. Lower threat influences who the enemy targets, but that's not the only factor. Anyway.
Bet you didn't see this one coming.
Can't quite get the last house. Alright, well, I'm pretty sure Abigail will be fine here. And I'm so confident we'll do aggressive. I mean, what's the threat rating on this? Just 23,000. No big deal. Alright, so yeah, let's just wrap this up. Don't have to think too hard. We'll let the cannons get like one more shot. Technically, the enemy's going to counter if someone dies. Would I save scum it? They're not getting a counter. Okay, that's a lot of damage. All right, so let's move.
Strike like fire.
Donar, guide my attack.
Make sure that guy doesn't get sniped or something.
The time to act is now.
I suppose if one more person were to get killed, we could still help them.
Ready. For my people.
Just move there.
For my homeland.
Time to end this.
Alright, so one more building to capture, 4 more turns, boss and 1 unit, easy. Ah!
Where am I needed?
Blueankylo, that's what you can call me today. I don't have an excuse for not seeing Diana. She was just hiding in the corner. Alright, this isn't going to do nothing. There's no chance. Alright, J-Steen, take it. Good. No powers ready yet.
I must stay strong.
What's this guy got? Does he have any ranged? Oh, a boss with no indirect fire. Well, isn't that a
I
shame?
await your command.
It would be real sad if something happened to you from afar, wouldn't it? Ding! I like those dings.
Raskuja can sensing prey.
Seems like we haven't had a Seas boss map in a while. Or, like, Seas capture, you know, whatever, defended capital, whatever you want to call this. Use the power. Use the force.
How can I help, my lord?
You can destroy this gunner boss unit. He's dead. Right? No more guns. Look, ma, no guns. Alright, so who should we let get the
I must not fail.
boss kill? Well, probably not Anthony. We can forget about everyone back there. They're not going to make it in time. So all things considered, we had a couple turns to spare. This was probably one of my better, I feel like one of my better played maps in a while. The worst we had was a couple Ankylo units dying, and it was that was a tough one to win. It probably would have been smarter to wait another turn and then use Exemplar, but I didn't realize just quite how much damage we were going to take. I'd maybe let Raskuja seize for the leadership, so then other people can get some,
Will never die.
you know, grinding experience, sure, whatever. Oh, well. No more grinding. Let's...
The time to act is now.
Oh, wait. Is anyone... I don't think I have any... It would be nice if I had a couple, what am I trying to say? Units that needed the loyalty perks for... I think Raskuja. We can actually...
Ready.
fine. We can capture with him as well, because... Might as well use your powers, Blue. I just noticed his unit is not as full as most people. Narima is in the same boat where she needs 2 more units, so...
Telling me who to kill.
Might as well. He didn't even get a leadership up. Alright, Surrender's not amazing. Saved Azeros, but there were some pretty tough enemy units, and we didn't have any significant deaths. No permadeath losses if we did that, so... I'd say that was good. Oh, hey, Abigail, that's right. You know, also, I hadn't really thought about it, but Abigail being the one to go save the dragons on her flying dragons, it just seems right, you know. You're Azeros, king of the Azure Dragon Brood, yes? Well, I hope you can understand me. Well, then we can understand each other. Dear Azeros, the Empire sought to harm your brood. Would you join us in the fight against them? It seems you'd like revenge, dear Azeros. Do not worry, we'll protect each other from now on. Okay, you know, usually, I'm not gonna say it's terrible, but that is where you can see it's indie writing. I think Abigail, or not Abigail, yeah, Abigail, yes, Abigail. I think her lines could be a little bit refined if we cared, but it's just a guide and chapter late in the game. It's not a big deal. What that does mean, though, is we have another dragon, and this guy just flies automatically and can lead. So that's awesome. He doesn't have a ton of leadership, but, you know, we just got these dragons sitting around. Now, they're not going to be able to fly for a while until they promote, but why not have more dragons? So, we'll have 3 dragon squads. It's fine. It's fine. I might not even use them all, but we'll have 5. And, yeah, you know, Azeros, King of the Dragons. Pretty awesome stats. I don't think you can... Well, I actually don't have any left. I don't think you can goldify him. You can still give him a different trait, though. Like, I don't know. I don't know. There's probably some good ones in here somewhere. Oh, there are feats that work... Or, feats. There are traits that work off of your strength. He's got a ton of strength. That's one, magic resistance. So, he actually has okay magic resistance, or pretty decent magic resistance, but the strength means he'd get even more. So, like, stuff like that would be pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. There's a million good traits. That's my problem. And we might as well throw them something else. I'll figure it out. I could just have this unique Valkyrie that I haven't given a unit yet. I haven't thrown in a unit yet. She's got a lot of leadership, so I'm like, she should probably lead an army. Maybe I'll... Actually, I don't know if you can... Okay, we don't... He doesn't have to lead a unit, so I think I'll do that instead. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Never mind. I'll figure it out later, but you can't fly with a cav. Well, we could use her, but we'd have to switch her to, like, a paladin or something. She'd still have good leadership. She'd still have her feats. She'd be better at being healed. Or healing other people and getting, you know, AoE heals, sort of. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. She makes a good leader, so maybe. But with a... I might have to... You know, I might throw her into a different unit and have someone else lead Azuros. I think I still want him to lead, probably, just because he's got a unique sprite, you know. But technically, like, a lot of your heroes you can't remove like that, but he, you know, you can throw him in any unit you want. You could throw him in the Blueankylo army if you wanted. I suppose we could look at the shop. Good. Good. Honestly, overkill at this point. Fun. This might be one of the first times we've seen one of these in this run. Boss squads are usually not a huge problem, but if you had this early enough, you could give it to, like, Jules and kill Beatrix easily, or any of the other bosses that are super difficult. So, well, super difficult, but if you're struggling. Gems are good. There's another one with high strength that's pretty nice. You can give that to your dragons. And let's see, no unique. Ephraim, kind of garbage. Erika, pretty average. Vera, Garrison's one that I haven't actually seen a lot of. This is one that you could probably use on Chapter 12 to survive the, cannon assault. Give this to somebody with good light infantry in the forest. This would give them 50% extra damage reduction, although it's dodge they get, I think, in or skill and evade. But basically, put people on the walls, and they take 50% less damage by base. I think if you comboed this with some of those artifacts, I think that's probably the way to survive, one of the easier ways to survive that nearly impossible battle. It'd still be quite difficult, I'm sure. But if you have, minus 15% from firearms, which I think applies to cannons, 25% to the front row at least. You can also take, if you've got it, this is a legendary item, but if you've got this, theoretically the firearm protection stacks, and you'd have 50% from garrison. I think I've actually seen a scroll of it once. I don't think we have any trait of it. In one of my other runs, I'm almost positive I've seen it for sale. Just like, pretty rare like these, though. And I think if you put it on Lysander, that might be the way to do it. Or anybody with enough defense. I was actually trying to figure out how it worked, because it's a bit unclear. It's actually not in the learnable trait list. So there's two types of learnable traits, right? Leader and non-leader. And it says all of these can be learned by skill tomes, and the ones that aren't on this list, you can't learn via skill tomes. They're just on unique units. If Garrison is a leader trait, I found a scroll for it, and I haven't actually seen a scroll for Silver Tongue. So I think it is actually learnable, and I think it's leader. I think. But I saw the scroll, so I wasn't sure how it worked, and I didn't want to waste it. Because it's, it's possible it only protects the unit that it's on, but it's got this blue outline, which I believe is your leader. Yeah, that's how you know that it's well, it says leader as well, whatever. So the whole squad, I believe, gets 50% defense. So that is really strong. I think you'd probably want a unit, maybe Lysander, maybe somebody else, with sentinels up front, probably garrison if you can get it, put it on the wall, get some artifacts, tank out those cannon shots, and they need some way to counter, so you might want to add, well, honestly, probably dragons would be the best, like a couple sentinels and a couple dragons, kind of like Lord Karnth. You might want healers, like what if you put, how would you do it? Remove a dragon, 2 sentinels, 2 healers. The healers would be protected, fairly protected. Maybe 1 healer, I don't know. But maybe with the right artifacts and kind of a setup like that, you could tank the hits without really taking much damage. And the dragons can kill stuff. Like, we know that magic damage works really well on gunpowder units because they have basically no magic defense. So I think that's, like, I've got another game run kind of planning it out to get that achievement. And I mean, now that we know. Cannons don't really have magic defense. Magic is the same as resistance, basically. So, anyway, I've just been thinking about things. I think garrison on a wall. You could probably also use high evade if you want. I'm not sure, though. It'd be risky. Because we can get a lot of dodges in the forest with light units and high skill. And also, there are artifacts that increase evasion. They used to be stronger, though. I think they had like twice the effect, give or take, in the original version. So I think it was like plus 15, plus 10, plus 6. So you could get like plus 50% evasion, which I think stacked even crazier in the forest with light units. I think it's been nerfed a bit. Hey, look, we can do a Centurion now. That was the goal, to have some of these. Or no, wrong. Samurai. That's what we wanted. Samurais. Anyway, just talking about stuff. Oh, I gave these guys, these spearmen, my hybrid light spearmen. I actually gave them a few skill up items just to make me feel like I'm making skillful. Once they're samurais, they'll actually get a lot of skill to that. I really don't usually do samurais. Oh, I also, right, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the episode. Remember how Stefan's front row always dies, like, more than almost anyone else? I specifically gave these 2 spearmen a bunch of HP up items. So they have, you know, twice as much as the back row now. And that's why it looks like they're so tanky as samurai, because I did it on purpose. I'm even considering putting them to earth affinity just so they don't die. But I should probably switch them to lightning so they get more skill. If we've got the scrolls for it. Yeah, 6, it probably affects it more on a samurai. Anyway, that's kind of the end of today, I guess. I've got a fair amount of arena-ing I could do, although I might wait until the next main story. I think all these Gaiden chapters, the arena's at the same level. It doesn't, like, the enemies, the enemy level doesn't go up while we're doing the Gaidens. So we're not really going to get any extra levels. We're just grinding class points and loyalty and stuff, which I can wait till later. But yeah, I think that's it for today's episode. I got a little bit of organizing to do. I've got a unit to make. I don't know. Most of my units have enough stats for anything we want to do. It's just a matter of, well, usually. Water is really bad on melee units. Yeah, these 2 will need to be swapped to something less magic focused. Now, magic does give them, you know, magic resistance as before, but that's not. I can't even promote these 2, so I'll have to change some stuff around. Anyway, yeah, I think that's enough. Short summary. Oh, this guy, another one ready to go. Double champion again, or is that? He's a Zweihander. We could go double Zweihander on this group, just to have them match. Maybe. We don't really... you know, one of the reasons we're really low on iron and obsidian is I've had so many warbows. I prioritized them for their longer range, and it did burn through, like, all my resources. So it's my own fault. You know, the reason we're running out now for cannons and whatever other stuff, you know, I prioritize certain squads, and they're really good, I think. I mean, I'm actually not 100% sure if, like, the amount... This is like 18 iron and 18 obsidian for one squad of can't really melee, only has indirect, bad on enemy phase. Like, that is a pretty high cost. Now, I think it's completely worth it once we get this. -1 iron and obsidian per unit halves the price of warbows. Some units, you just get a really good value. So, in that sense, they get a much better resource cost. Everything gets better, but some units just, you know, makes it much cheaper. I should probably 100% promote Squatchville. He's been waiting for ages. Sybil, she's very angry. I feel like double fire mage is the way to go. So we've got a multi lightning and a double fire. I could be blending them with different colors, but thematic. It's thematic Ankylo. And I already can't do my... Oh, I need iron, right. I could get a Valkyrie. No, I couldn't. I can't make any more iron. I can use my advanced resources, but not my basics. Here. We'll get one samurai. Lock it in. We're definitely going samurai. And this gives us like 4 shots once we do indirect. I don't know if it's worth it. It's pretty good skill. Yeah, I don't know. What else we got? Any other easy promotions to do for you guys? Iron. We just ran out of iron, that's all. Iron for Valkyries. Gems for mages. Yeah. Well, hopefully in the next episodes, I'll be able to show some more off. I don't want rangers. I think rangers might be the worst advanced class. Legitimately. They're cheap, but that's all they got. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just kind of rambling. That generally means a good sign to end the episode. Yeah, I think next time we'll just keep going. We got a couple more Gaiden chapters, and I'll probably reserve the next big round of squad optimization for hopefully one more tech level, because then, well, I don't think it's enough, but we do have like the big, hey, plus 10 to all capacity or minus 1 to all resource cost. Both of those make a big difference for the squad development. We're getting there. We're getting there. Anyway, that's all, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're having fun. I definitely enjoy the base management a lot, so I like to try to talk about it with you guys, even if I don't show you everything. But hopefully you got a good idea what my thought process is. And, you know, if you've bought the game by now or you're thinking about it, if you think I'm doing it wrong, hey, all you got to do is buy the game and you can do it yourself 10 times better and find out if it actually works. I really do need to dismiss some units too. Don't forget, Azeros. Okay, next episode, I'll have the Azeros unit ready to go. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day.